for all of the support. Thank you to the investors who, most of you will be online, I know, because of difficult transport. Thank you to those of you who managed to make it in person. I think you're going to be bowled over by the quality of the ideas that you're about to hear. And most of all, to finish off with, thank you again to our fellows, the founders of these fantastic startup ideas. You're all going to go on to do great things. I'm absolutely sure of it. And it's been a real privilege to be able to meet some of you. Good luck in your pitches that are about to come up. I'm really looking forward to hearing them. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you. Brilliant. Thank you, Robin. So I'm just showing our founders. So I've already made a minor mistake. I haven't moved the slide on. I'm making these mistakes so you don't have to. Yeah, so don't do what I'm doing. Right. So we just had our welcome address. So now we'll move on to the meat of today's events, the pitching part. So during this part of the program, each founder has a maximum of 4 minutes to come up in turn and pitch their venture. They will have a QR code that you can scan. There is said QR code. And you can find out more about their business. And it will also will show this QR code at the start and end of their pitch. Once you scan that QR code, if you scroll to the bottom of the profile, you will see a field to give them feedback. We'd love for you to give as much feedback as possible to our founders. Every pitch event is an opportunity to learn from the room. So we actively encourage you, please, to ask questions, to provide feedback. It's the information that is the lifeblood of our founders' pitches, of their businesses, and ensuring that they grow and develop. We would very much like you to make connections with our founders and to help improve their offering, or just give them encouragement on what they're working on. So, without further ado, let's get started with the pitches and hear directly from our fellows, the entrepreneurs who are building the future across the Commonwealth, starting with AgriMercarb. Your time is now. There is your clicker and...
Thank you very much. My name is Luther, CEO at AgriMercarb, and I am on a personal journey to move over 250 million people from acute food insecurity to food security, whilst creating over £1 billion of extra income for farmers. Last year, I had a chat with Kwabena, and when I sat down with him and he poured forth his frustrations, it hit me real deep. Kwabena has a farm that feeds many people in his communities. Families literally depend on him. But before Kwabena can feed anyone, he needs to feed his chickens, and that is where the problem is. The price of feed has more than tripled over the last few months, and Kwabena cannot afford it anymore. But he's distraught because should his farm fail, not only does it affect him, but the livelihoods of all that are connected to him. Unfortunately, Kwabena is not alone. For over 300 million farmers in Africa, 70% of them are on the verge of collapse, especially those in poultry, pig, and fish industry. What we at AgriMercarb is doing is that we are using this insect, the black soldier fly, to transform organic waste into animal feed and fertilizer. And this is the process in which we do it. We aggregate waste from different sources, organic waste like food waste, vegetable waste, agricultural waste, industrial waste, and then we pre-treat them using microorganisms. We bioconvert them using the insect, and then we harvest the insect at the end of the process, further processing them into animal feed, and the byproduct we convert into organic fertilizer. The value we offer to farmers like Kwabena is that we enable them achieve currently up to 15% savings on the cost, but we are working diligently to move this value to 40% savings in feed cost. The insect industry feed industry is currently valued at $3.4 billion. In the next 5-10 years, we are seeking $13 million of this industry. So far, we have been able to transform over 370 tons of waste processed into valuable products, while saving the environment 158 tons of carbon dioxide, creating 12 jobs for young people. This is my team of co-founders with currently over a combined experience of 20 years within the space of agriculture and waste management, and we are seeking to drive furthermore. We are seeking an investment of £250,000, which will help us translate within the next few years, enable us to generate over £750,000 worth in revenue, create extra income of £250,000, empower 100,000 households, empower 25,000 farmers, whilst removing 475 million worth of carbon dioxide from the environment. However, you might not have up to £250,000, but what AgriMercarb is here to say is that whatsoever you have is enough. It could be £100, it could be £1,000, it could be £5,000, but it will go a long way to transform the life of a farmer in Ghana and in Africa, and in the long run, touch lives around the world. When Mother Teresa was asked, how do we feed the world? She said, just start with one. I am here on behalf of AgriMercarb to say, just start with us. Thank you.
Amazing, absolutely brilliant. Luther, awesome, great work. Right, that's set the standard, hasn't it? Yeah, everybody's like, okay, brilliant, thank you. So there's Luther's details. Again, if you want to find out more about the company, if you want to offer feedback, yeah, so whatever you have, even if you can't offer money, offering feedback and advice or connections is super, super important. So next up, I'm delighted to welcome to the stage Agritech Analytics. Whooping is definitely allowed.
Good evening.
Yep.
Good evening. My name is Marianne Gishanga. I am the CEO and co-founder of Agritech Analytics, a company in Kenya, where we are using AI to grow resilient farms and healthier soils for smallholder farmers. The reason why we are doing this is that farmers lose 45 to 100% of their crop due to late detection of pests and diseases, and sadly, over 65% of the land that they are tilling suffers from soil degradation. But we have a solution for them. And for us to guarantee these farmers an over 97% accuracy on the reports and alerts we send them, we get our data from two sources. Our proprietary IoT sensor, that is a soil sensor and crop monitoring sensor in one, that conducts ground level and root level analysis, telling the farmer what's happening in their soil and on their crop. And we also map the farm electronically into our system so that satellite data starts streaming in. The data from these two sources is analyzed and interpreted, and the farmer receives a simple alert either on our mobile application called FarmPulse or on their mobile phones in their vernacular languages. This enables these farmers to get actionable insights that they can use to save on their costs. Currently, we have 9,280 paying clients monthly on $3.8 per month, and we are looking to grow this. With the partners that we've gotten, both local and international, we are going to push this solution to the last mile. We have made impact with the farmers that we're working with. 1,500 farmers have already used our accurate yield prediction tool as collateral for loans. The farmers have experienced an increase in yields by 75%, a reduction of farm input costs by over 65% because we have targeted solutions for them, so they save on water, fertilizer, and pesticides. And our ask today is $150,000 that will see us increasing the capability of our devices to get more pests and diseases. We are going to be recruiting more agents to be able to push our solutions to the last mile, and on board 34,000 smallholder farmers, which translates to feeding 3 million people in a world that is dying of hunger. We have gone an extra mile. We were recognized by the President of the Republic of Kenya last year for changing agriculture in the country. And we are not stopping there. With a team of 6 with different disciplines from various organizations, we have been able to come together and create this solution that is changing the lives of smallholder farmers. And those are the conditions of the farms before the farmers meet us. And they are beautiful smiles that are brought by our solution. I hope that everyone in this room and online can join us as we end hunger in Africa. Thank you.
Amazing, thank you very much. I'll just leave the Agritech Analytics slide up there again. Scan the QR code, please leave feedback. An amazing pitch. I didn't think we could get better than the first pitch, but you kind of absolutely nailed it. So, next up, we have AgrowSure Products. And that's it, a big round of applause.
Hello everyone. I'm Akshay, founder of AgrowSure Products. So we are designing and manufacturing various types of gender-friendly farm equipments, particularly focusing on women farmers. So we are currently based in India. So let me tell you a story. So this is Kavita, a small woman farmers in India. So every day she uses conventional, traditional tools to do farmings, right? So she's not alone. Like in India, 85% of women farmers are still using these traditional tools to do farmings. And in market, there are no such gender-friendly farm machineries available in the market, particularly India, who can help women farmers to do farmings. So at AgrowSure Products, we are trying to solve these problems by currently designing and manufacturing various types of agriculture machineries. So these are gender-friendly. A single machine can perform various types of activities in the field, right from land preparation till the crop harvesting processes. So these are already FMTTI certified under Government of India norms. And apart from this, we are also currently manufacturing some climate-smart machineries, such as solar-operated as well as battery-operated farm machineries for women farmers. So currently, we are also creating a social as well as environmental impact with the help of our farm mechanization solutions, where we are trying to increase the field productivity by almost 18 to 20%, as well as our technology is based on minimum tillage practices, so that we are also trying to convert the degraded land back to the agricultural land with the help of our farm machineries. And we have also reduced the use of chemical herbicides by almost 40 to 50% as of now. And till date, we have sold these equipments to more than 3,000 farmers in India. And apart from this, almost 20,000 farmers are also using these equipments on rental basis. And we got a huge potential to solve the overall problems. In the next 3 years, we are trying to work with around 1 lakh women farmers in India. And what sets us apart from the other competitors in the market, because there are existing OEMs who are currently manufacturing farming equipments, but they are focusing on the big farmers. And particularly in our case, we are only focusing on gender-friendly farm equipments to help the women farmers. And in most of the cases, our farming equipments are suitable for each and every types of terrain, irrespective of cropping patterns and soil types. So the average selling price for our equipments is around $200. And also we maintain 20% profit margin on it. And we are selling these equipments through our factory outlets as well as through e-commerce website. So this is how we used to engage with the farming communities before directly selling our products to them. So we used to create awareness campaign at rural India level. So this helped us to build a trust among the farming communities. And we also partners with local NGOs and local government bodies to conduct these types of programs. So this is our team, like all of us from engineering background and agriculture domain. So I take care of research and development part, and my co-founder leads sales and marketing, and we got some amazing mentors with us to support us. So we are looking to raise $100,000. So this funding will enable us to scale up our operation 3 times. We are also looking forward to establish a completely new manufacturing unit to manufacture these farming equipments. And apart from raising the funding, we are also looking forward to have some paid opportunity, particularly to explore African market as well as Indian region. So yes, we are not just a farm machineries manufacturing company. In fact, we are also empowering the farming community, particularly women farmers, to give them equal rights and opportunity to access new technology available in the market. And also, like, we are trying to increase the overall household income by almost 15 to 20%. And we are supported by some of the global organizations such as UNDP, World Food Forum, and World Resources Institutes. Yeah, looking forward. Thank you.
Thank you. Brilliant, thank you very much. I'll just put that AgrowSure slide back up again. Please scan the QR code, find out more about the team, give your feedback, ask questions. I'll just leave that for a couple of seconds. Already 3 teams down, you've all done an amazing job. So, without further ado, next up is BioAfriq Energy.
Did you know that, according to the Food and Agriculture Organization, reducing the world's post-harvest losses by only 50% could feed an extra 1 billion people without increasing the current food production capacity? My name is James Nyamai. I'm the founder and CEO of BioAfriq Energy Limited. Imagine taking care of your crops, nurturing them all the way from planting up to harvesting, only for you to lose this produce before it ever reaches the market. That was my mother's experience in 2017, when she lost 50 tons of pumpkins in post-harvest losses. But this is not just a story about her. It is the reality of millions of farmers across Africa. In Africa, 40% of all the food that is produced is lost in post-harvest losses, amounting to $4 billion every year. But interestingly, 55% of what goes to waste could actually be salvaged through dehydration. But this is not achieved because farmers lack adequate, reliable, and affordable dehydration technologies. Current drying methods have proven to be technically unreliable during the rainy and the cold season, and the prolonged drying periods create an ideal condition for yeast and mold contamination. In fact, research has shown that 30% of all the dried foods in Africa are contaminated with yeast and mold, creating a serious public health concern. Our solution is a hybrid solar dryer that uses both solar energy and thermal energy from waste agricultural biomass to ensure all-weather dehydration and up to 3 times faster drying capabilities, thereby reducing chances of yeast and mold contamination by up to 80%. We have designed these dryers in different sizes to make sure that they can fit for different capacities for the farmers. Out of the 55% that can be salvaged through dehydration, we have a total addressable market of approximately $2.2 billion. And now narrowing this down to the near future, the serviceable obtainable market is approximately $50 million. We have so far been able to salvage up to 5,000 metric tons of food, working with over 6,500 farmers across Kenya and Uganda. And we have reduced post-harvest losses for these farmers by up to 80% and increasing their domestic incomes by 30%. We have established different strategic partners who have made this journey a success, and we have received different awards and recognitions as part of our intervention. As the founder and the CEO with experience in engineering and business management, I'm backed up by a highly competent team that makes this journey a success. We are asking for approximately $200,000, and this will go a long way towards establishing 10 dehydration centers and impacting over 40,000 smallholder farmers, with generating up to $500,000 as annual recurring revenue for us. This is not just about building dryers. It's about building resilience for farmers. It's about income that is lost that could be able to pay school fees for children. It's about empowering communities. So let's join hands and enhance food security by reducing post-harvest losses for farmers. Thank you.
Absolutely brilliant. Again, well, you dealt with a little clicker issue there, nobody even noticed. Yeah, no, it's these things have a life of their own, right? They go on the wrong slide. But you were like, you're such a pro. So again, click, find out more about the company, offer comments, ask questions, connect. So next up, I'm delighted to welcome to the stage Farmatrix.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Enfam Manzo, and I'm the founder and CEO of Farmatrix Agro, where we are digitizing trust for smallholder farmers to reduce post-harvest loss and to increase their livelihood. Why are we even digitizing trust? This is because with a growing population of over 220 million in Nigeria and about 35 million smallholder farmers, we could see that there's more demand for the food that we grow than what we have. However, we still experience over 40% post-harvest loss. And these farmers do not even have enough market to sell their grains. And this is simply because there have been some middlemen who get to offtake from these farmers, who bridge the gap between them and the manufacturing companies and make them not to have enough to eat. And at Farmatrix, we have built a tech solution to leverage both technology and humans in community to make sure that farmers do not just struggle to grow food, but to also have access directly to manufacturing companies across the country. We are currently an app-based platform where we also leverage communities in low-income communities that our farmers are. We provide direct purchase orders to the farmers, where farmers come on board on our platform and they have access to the manufacturing companies that they are providing to. We also provide community warehousing solutions, where we have 1 kilometer warehouse to every farming community that we work with. And this is simple because we understand we serve a two-sided market. The smallholder farmers and the manufacturing company, they both come on board on our platform to ensure that the farmers have a fair market, and the manufacturing companies now have direct access to source from smallholder farmers. And what are the benefits for the smallholder farmers that we always get to talk about are the access to profitable markets, that the farmers who put in effort to grow the food that we eat do not just grow food, but have them to waste, but their children are also going to school. And we also ensure that we reduce post-harvest loss by the side. We currently have a 10% transaction fees for every successful transaction that is being done on our platform for the smallholder farmers. We are looking at the African market. However, we understand how big the grain market is currently in Nigeria, and we are aiming to target just 2% of the current market in Nigeria, which sits around $2 billion. So far, in the last 12 months, we've been able to have a revenue of $103,000. We've served 3,100 smallholder farmers that has worked with us and has paid for our services. And we have off-takers like the Olam Agri, one of the big manufacturing company in Nigeria and across West Africa, and also Nigerian Breweries and Premier Tropicana. I'm a farmer myself and not just a co-founder or a CEO, so I understand the pain point of these smallholder farmers. However, I'm also an Acumen Fellow, and I sit on the World Economic Forum for the Social Council on Soil Security. And I have an amazing co-founder who is our CTO, building the tech behind the solution. We're currently seeking $500,000 to expand our scale. This is to help us work with over 50,000 smallholder farmers in the next 1 year, build 5 fulfillment centers in low-income communities in northern Nigeria, and this is also going to help us to make 1.5 million recurring annual revenue in the next 1 year. We hope to expand to work with smallholder farmers across the country, and we want you to join us on this journey. Thank you.
Amazing. And you're a farmer as well. Unbelievable, like amazing, absolutely amazing. Okay, find out more about the company, questions, comments, connections. So, moving swiftly on. Oh, sorry. Next up is FarmSlate Technologies.
Hello. My name is Ifeoluwa Olatayo from Nigeria, and I'm the founder of FarmSlate Technologies Limited. I want to talk about Farmer Adamu. He farms grains and tomatoes in rural Kaduna, Nigeria, and sells to restaurants in Lagos. He earns a living and supports his family through farming, but he's always at the mercy of loan sharks because he's not able to access a structured agricultural loan from financial institutions. Why? Bankers don't trust farmers. So Adamu, as I speak, feels frustrated. He feels vulnerable, and he wants a solution that allows him to be able to access proper and affordable finance for farming. Across Africa, over 30 million smallholder farmers are like Adamu. They do not have access to financing because they do not have the necessary data that financial institutions deserve. This is largely because they have no collateral, they have no credit history, and their farms have unpredictable data that would allow a financier to support them. FarmSlate is solving this problem by building a trust infrastructure that allows funds to flow into agriculture. Our solution allows farmers to be onboarded through cooperatives or by agro-dealers, and then our platform creates a risk-informed profile for farmers. These risk-informed profiles are generated through artificial intelligence, satellite imagery, and field-level data. And then lenders can use this profile to be able to confidently invest in the farmers while also tracking remotely the farms that are being funded with the loans. We have competitors like Apollo Agriculture, Thrive Agric, and Farm Crowdy. But we are different because our solution allows intelligence. And intelligence is the edge that we have, providing data that de-risks the lender and also allows them to be able to create smarter loan decisions for their portfolio. Why is this an interesting opportunity? The agricultural credit demand globally stands at about $189 billion. In Africa alone, there's a gap of over $78 billion. And in Nigeria, it is up to about $25 billion. We are targeting the northern Nigeria for us to be able to get 6% of this market share as our serviceable obtainable market, making about $1.5 billion within the next 5 years. We make revenue from origination fee from the farmer charged to the loan portfolio, and also some commission between 1% to 5% from agro-dealers, as well as support fee from investors. Up to date, we have been able to support over 300 smallholder farmers, connecting them to over $90,000 in funding, while also allowing up to about over 30 investors to get timely repayment for their loans. And most critically, we are creating food security, connecting over 400,000 tons of food to market, while improving nutrition by 8% within our impact areas. Our competence comes from the place of experience. Cumulatively, as a team, we have over 43 years of experience within the agriculture and technology value chain, and we know that we are the best for the job. We are here seeking $200,000 in funding that allows us to be able to improve on our technology, while also hiring the right team, improving on the marketing, doubling down on the marketing, and that would translate into being able to support over 50,000 smallholder farmers, unlocking up to $500,000 in loan financing for them, while also improving the quantity of food that they are able to produce and nutrition within the community that we are serving. Our overarching goal as a company is to see every single farmer in Africa succeed from agriculture and not just survive from it. And we are inviting you today to join us on this mission and make it possible. Thank you.
Amazing. Thank you very much. What a fantastic presentation. Again, just a couple of moments to scan the QR code and leave comments or ask questions. Moving on. Next up, we have Freshpack Technologies.
I was born and raised in the rural village in Kilimanjaro, Tanzania, by a mother who worked tirelessly as a vegetable vendor. My father passed away many years ago, so it became the responsibility of my mother to raise us through vegetable selling. To us, vegetable selling, it was not just a business, it was our survival. It provided us food, education, and medical care. Despite my mother's hard work, we constantly face the challenge of post-harvest vegetable loss, and this is not only us, there are many vendors across Africa who face the same challenge, whereby 40% of vegetables are going to waste every year after harvest. And the people who are affected most are the women who rely on selling vegetables into our community. For that struggle, inspired me to create a solution, Freshpack Technology. Freshpack box is made with the patent smart fabric technology inspired by the human body natural cooling system. Our solution uses only water and evaporation method to keep the vegetable fresh up to 10 days without the need of electricity, ice, or chemical. The benefit of Freshpack is to increase the shelf life of the vegetable, it increase the income to these vendors and the farmer per harvest cycle, and also it reduces waste and spoilage by 30%. But also our solution is aligned with some SDGs. The total available market is £125 million, and our service available market is £18 million to £25 million, but we target to cover our service obtainable market, which is £1.25 million. You might ask yourself how Freshpack stands against its competitors. We have modern refrigerator, which is costing like $200 to $300 per one refrigerator, making it unaffordable for the vendor who is make less than $2 per day. We have traditional method like soaking the vegetable into water. The method is unhygienic and inefficient. So you can see we provide the product which is portable, affordable, and environmental friendly for the vendor's needs. We operate both B2B and B2C. We sell our product at $21 USD with a unit cost of 14.7 and a profit margin of 6.3. And up to now, we already sold over 4,000 boxes. For now, we have a new prototype, which is solar powered display box with a rental model. Since launching, by the end of 2023, we already generated a revenue of £79,000, 2024, £90,000. By the end of this year, we aim to get 120,000. 2026, we aim to get 180,000. By the end of 2028, it will help us to introduce new prototype, which will be the cold carrier storage. We are the diverse team of young innovators with the expertise in technology, agriculture, and in marketing, shared a common mission and a vision. We have the expertise in which Freshpack needs to scale and to thrive. I am Elita Mshiu. I'm the proud CEO of Freshpack Technology. We are asking for £100,000, for which 60% will help us to buy the industrial machine, which will increase our production capacity to 1,000 boxes per month, and 40% will help us to finish our office in Imlal, which will act as our distribution hub and headquarters. As I reflect my mother's struggle, I see the opportunity to make the difference. You can join us by partnering with us and invest in us, and together we can make no family endure the hardship we have faced. Thank you.
Oh, amazing, what fantastic technology. Again, just leave the slide there for a moment. Right, so we've got 4 pitches left. And now we have the first video pitch of the evening or afternoon. What could possibly go wrong? So please, everybody, cross your fingers. Yeah? We're going to see if we've mastered. So Kamim Technologies, unfortunately, can't be with us here today, but they've recorded a video pitch, and I'm about to, hopefully, play that now. Excellent. Do I need to? There you go.
Good afternoon. My name is Hoye, and I'm excited to share how Kamim Technologies is powering Nigeria's food systems using our solutions. A quick background, I co-founded Kamim with my father, who is also a lifelong builder. Together, we bring over 50 years of experience solving real-world problems in Nigeria through innovation. We have 5 patents between us. We are engineers, we are innovators, we are entrepreneurs, and we are driven by a shared mission to bridge the critical infrastructural gaps in Nigeria's food systems. So looking at the problem we're trying to solve, let's start with why this matters. Nigeria, more than 70% of the working population in Nigeria are smallholder farmers that grow about 80% of the food we consume. Yet more than half of what they produce is lost along the supply chain. The UN estimates that Nigeria loses about $9 billion annually to post-harvest losses. Also, at the other end of the chain, there's also a market mismatch. Buyers, whether from restaurants, food businesses, processors, retailers, they struggle to find consistent quality. So they usually over-import products or they overstock, and this drive up prices, drive up food inflation. So it's a broken value chain that wastes foods and it keeps farmers and food businesses poor. So looking at the solution we're trying to use to fix this broken cold chain. And we're doing this by listening to the problems directly from the people. And we've used this to co-design this end-to-end cold chain ecosystem. And this starts by farmers and food businesses delivering their freshly harvested produce to our cooling hubs. And these cooling hubs are strategically located at farm gates and also every critical point along the food supply chain network for different cooling capacities and needs. Then also we have a digital marketplace that matches supply to demand in real time using IoT and more recently AI to give food traceability. And like I said, all this was built hand in hand with local stakeholders. So it's not just an imposed solution, it's a solution that they ask for directly. So looking at our current users, we started in Lagos and we said Southwest Nigeria, and we've already partnered with over 10 farmer cooperatives representing over 20,000 farmers, and we've onboarded over 20 food businesses in Lagos. And these farmers produce tens of thousands of tons of fresh produce annually. And buyers also on the other end are very hungry for consistent traceable supply. So there's demand on both sides, and there's also a huge headroom for growth. Looking at our business model, we generate revenue through 3 channels: cooling as a service, subscription that gives farmers affordable access to cold storage. We also have distribution as a service, where we get commissions when we connect these farmers to off-takers that use our cold chains. Also for big food businesses that can afford the upfront cost of our solution, we build and transfer ownership, and this model enables us scale faster as well. Looking at traction, so this is not just our concept. We've already deployed 3 commercial hubs, serving over 3,000 farmers. We've created over 40 jobs, 60% of which are women. Our hubs are solar powered. We've currently we generated over 1.8 megawatt hour of clean energy. We've prevented over 19,000 kg of CO2 emissions. We've preserved over 250 tons of food that will have rotted away. And our early buyers are now exporting produce that meet international quality standards, and they've also exported to the UK. Smallholders are now generating 3 times more income than they used to in the past, and our solution is able to prevent post-harvest waste up to 90%. We are also revenue generating. In the past year, we generated over $150,000, and we expect this to significantly increase as we increase our cooling solutions. So thank you very much for listening. We're currently fundraising and we're nearing the close of our round. If you're curious about what we're building and you love to join, please reach out, and thank you once again.
Amazing. And amazingly, the video technology worked. Right, next up we have live in the room. I'm delighted to welcome Kyuka Ventures to please take the stage.
Hello, everyone. By show of hands, how many of you are using electricity or gas at home for cooking? Oh, everyone. Did you know that 900 million Africans don't have access to clean cooking? Well, I am not a father, hopefully, but an uncle. I'm an uncle of 2 girls, Jen and Mary, and I've been taking care of them since they were young while helping them with my sister. But I noticed something very interesting. The amount of waste, such as diapers and plastics, they use every single day is mind-blowing. So I got to wonder, where does this waste go when we throw them away? So apparently in Uganda, Kampala, 600 tons of plastic waste are generated every single day and disposed of. But where do they go? For us, they end up in our drainages, where they are blocking them, rivers, polluting water bodies, causing waterborne diseases, and Lake Victoria, where they are becoming a threat to marine life. If nothing is done now, by 2050, there will be more plastic waste in oceans and rivers than fish itself. But the good news is, I have the solution. My name is Sonko Jamal, founder CEO Kyuka Ventures Innovation Hub Uganda. Kyuka in our local language means change. We want to change the story of plastic pollution by transforming it into a clean cooking fuel that we use at our homes. We sell this fuel to informal settlements at a rate of 1.03 USD per liter. With a market share of 10% and a valuation of 1.2 billion, Kampala is a home, the second biggest slum in East Africa. People living in this place, Katanga, live in poverty, and they therefore opt to use a lot of dirty fuels, which cause a lot of indoor pollution. These people die due to this pollution, and it causes 8-10% deaths. There are also a lot of health risks involved, where people get blind due to older age, later on, and even children develop lung difficulties. So having this in mind, we chose this as our target market to offer them a fuel that is cost-effective, that is cleaner, and is going to eradicate indoor pollution. For our customers, we are giving them a fuel that is cleaner, that is going to save them, for instance, 0.7 USD every single week to using our fuel as compared to using charcoal that they use at the moment. The fuel is easy to ignite, price stability is constant, and there are zero carbon monoxide emissions involved. Therefore, no risk of dying due to poisoning. So in our journey to enhance and boost clean energy in the rural setting, we are targeting 100,000 households to access clean and affordable energy. Since inception, we have impacted 25,000 homes with our clean energy, enrolled 5,000 women and households on our Waste Insure program. We have created 200 jobs, both directly and indirectly. To manage this, I have an amazing team with interest in clean and affordable energy, bringing an amalgam of 10 years of experience in recycling and waste management. Kyuka Ventures is facing a challenge of meeting her growing demand due to limited production capacity. We are therefore fundraising 500,000 USD that will help us in automating our plastic heating machines, marketing and piloting to new regions, building our gas micrometering capacity, undertaking research and development, plus also improving our storage facility. Here we shall be able to take risk on behalf of the environment, recycling 500 tons of plastic waste every single year. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Kyuka Ventures is not just an innovation hub. It is a beacon of hope, an innovation born out of necessity, crafted for resilience, and delivered with passion. I want you to join me in this journey to fight climate change. And when you join me, it is going to be a great humanitarian opportunity of our time. Thank you.
Amazing. Thank you very much. So not content with testing the gods of pitch events with one video presentation, we now have our second video presentation. So I'll just, before we go on to that, so again, just connect with Kyuka Ventures, give feedback, make connections. Now we're going to move on to Solace Energy, our second video pitch of the afternoon. I'm going to look over, hopefully, our AV team, press this button, and then press it again. There we go.
Hello, my name is Martin Masia. I am from Malawi, and I am the founder and CEO of Solace Energy. We're a solar distribution business that is aimed at increasing access to energy for households and businesses across Malawi. The problem that we're trying to solve is that only 11% of Malawi's population has access to the grid. As of 2024, 15 million Malawians have no access to electricity. A majority of households still use candles and kerosene lamps, which are both harmful in terms of safety, as they may cause fires, and also damaging to the environment and the health of human beings. Our solution is pay-as-you-go solar. Solar home systems have proven to be a cost-effective option for delivering quality electricity access. And for a minimum payment of $5 for 18 months, a household can gain access to a solar system that provides 20 times more lighting than candles or kerosene lamps. We offer a wide range of products, starting from a kit that enables basic electricity access for a small household to a solar generator that powers businesses in off-grid settings. We have a network of local sales agents in last-mile communities across Malawi, and we support them through social media advertising, local radio and TV, and in-person demonstrations of our products and services in various off-grid communities across the country. Since the start of 2025, we have connected over 1,000 homes and businesses to solar systems. We have experienced revenue growth of over 60,000 in 2025 as compared to $24,000 in 2024. We are one of 8 solar pay-as-you-go companies in Malawi, but we are the only solar company that upsells to productive use and not consumer goods such as TVs, phones, and the like. We have an agile team in 7 out of 27 districts and are actively recruiting more agents. We have a high-capacity sales force that is able to connect an average of 50 households per agent per month. Since 2020, we have established 52 sales agents and sales agents locations nationwide. We have electrified over 2,000 households. All of our sales agents are below the age of 35, meaning that our sales force is 100% youth-led. We have successfully raised over 250,000 to date, and in 2022, we were recognized as one of the top 50 climate innovations in Africa by UNDP. This is our team, an agile, dedicated team that is focused on our marketing and also facilitating the ease of payments for our customers in various settings. We are currently looking for $1 million in debt and equity in order to expand our sales force to 150 outlets nationwide. This will also enable us to electrify 50,000 households in 18 months, distribute 10,000 solar hubs, which are the solar generators that enable businesses to grow their income by leveraging renewable energy. And this investment will also enable us to generate $1,750,000 in sales revenue. Currently, we have various partners and investors. In 2024, we received an investment from the World Bank through the Ministry of Energy in Malawi in order to establish more sales outlets and to grow our footprint across the country. We are also working with the Sigo Family Foundation, the D-Prize, and other strategic and capacity building partnerships that have enabled us to build our systems and also to increase our reach. This is the end of my presentation. Thank you so much for paying attention.
Brilliant, fantastic. Equally fantastic, that's the last video presentation. We're almost there, I don't have to worry about this anymore. Please take time to find out more about Solace Energy and connect. Well, that's been a sort of whistle-stop tour of some amazing innovations. We're now at our final presentation of the afternoon. So please give an extra strong, loud, vocal welcome to Mepu Energy. Ooh, there you go.
It's funny because me and Martin are actually competitors. Yeah, but it's the same stats. Out of 10 rural households in Malawi, about 3 only have access to electricity. And this has resulted to a constant dependence on unsustainable sources of electricity, such as modular solar home systems, which are only good for lighting and powering small electronics, diesel generators, which are expensive and unsustainable, and they pollute the environment, but also firewood, which is inefficient and unsustainable as a result to land degradation and deforestation. These alternatives are not a permanent solution to the ongoing energy crisis in Malawi. At Mepu Energy, we have a deep sense of belief that by targeting communities that are living off-grid and installing microgrids between 20 to 500 kilowatts, we can provide affordable electricity for households, for businesses, for healthcare, for agriculture, and for manufacturing as well. We have also developed an innovation. We're an innovative company, an innovation that we call the Helix wind turbine that is capable of generating electricity at low altitudes and low wind speeds between 7 to 8 meters per second, which are the average wind speeds of most parts of the country. We intend to integrate this turbine into the microgrids as a means of hybridizing power generation with solar and wind to maximize power generation during at night as well as cloudy days. We're largely targeting households, but also business owners and institutions, looking at a market size of about 14 million people and a serviceable market size of about 2 million people. And to service this 2 million people market size, we intend to sell electricity at 15 cents per kilowatt hour through a prepaid billing system, but also sell e-cooking appliances through a pay-as-you-go model as a means of boosting clean cooking to displace the consumption of biomass fuels in the communities. We have competitors. Yes, our competitors are, like I said, Martin is one of our competitors. They're distributors of modular solar home systems, but the advantage of our approach is that we can provide affordable off-grid electricity for powering businesses, whether it be manufacturing, whether it be a store where you want to refrigerate vegetables and farm produce. Electricity for lighting and cooking, and 24-hour supply of electricity all day long and all night. To give you an idea of how much money we can make in the next 6 years and the impact that we can make, provided that we get an investment of about $600,000 into a 200 kilowatt community microgrid, we can reach a population of about 8,500 people, a monthly gross revenue of about $11,610 and breaking even in about 5.8 years. Our traction so far, we've developed a 1.5 Helix wind turbine. That's a turbine. I don't want to show all of it. We've raised about $50,000 to develop our first microgrid, and we've completed a site assessment of a 15 kilowatt microgrid thanks to the Commonwealth Startup Fellowship Fellows Fund. Our team has 2 members. I'm the co-founder. My name is Madasi Yumpeni, sorry I didn't introduce myself. With about 6 years of experience in the energy sector. The other co-founder is Steven Malemia with about 5 years of experience in the energy sector. And together we want to, together we want to install a 15 kilowatt microgrid in Chisi district by the end of 2025. We've raised $50,000 to do that. Now we want to identify 50 more sites for microgrid expansion across Malawi, and by 2030 we want to install about 5 megawatts in the country. We're asking for $600,000. 90% goes into upscaling our 15 kilowatt microgrid to about 200 kilowatts, and 10% goes into administration. I'm asking you to join us as we are serving rural communities by bridging the energy gap through the development of microgrids. Thank you.
Brilliant, and there's the details of our last presenter there, just so you can connect, find out more. Well, thank you to our final pitcher. That's it. We've literally been through 11 amazing pitch presentations there. I know you've all had to put up with me and various other pitch coaches over the last couple of days, so apologies, but also thank you. You delivered some incredible pitch presentations, so I'm really thankful for just your humility and your willingness to take on advice and learn. Like, everybody has delivered an incredible pitch, so thank you very much. That's really testament. Yeah, thank you. So, what an extraordinary, I think that's a justified word, what an extraordinary first half to our capstone showcase. Time has flown by. We've witnessed some pioneering pre-seed and seed stage ventures from across Africa and India, presenting bold mission-driven solutions from agritech to clean energy. Your engagement and enthusiasm have truly brought their ideas to life. So, we're about to take a short break. But don't go too far, because this is only the first act of our evening. So part 2 of the capstone celebration will begin at 6 p.m. So in about just under or over an hour's time, depending on what the time actually is, right here at South Kensington campus, where you checked in. Join us for an inspiring evening framed by reflection, recognition, and real-world impact. As I've mentioned, central to the evening is our compelling keynote, Unleashing Potential, Building Businesses That Shape Nations, delivered by Babatunde Shoyeo. Hope I've done that justice. Co-founder and managing partner at Helios Investment Partners, an alumnus of Imperial and an esteemed member of the Commonwealth Enterprise and Investment Council. Mr. Shoyeo brings decades of insight into how strategic investment and entrepreneurship can transform economies. We'll also hear from some of the very founders that you've just seen, so for all of them, not all of their jobs are over for this afternoon, in a dynamic panel under the theme of driving sustainable impact, startup experiences from low to middle income entrepreneurs. And that's moderated by Dr. Elena Diekman, academic co-director of Imperial Global India and lecturer in the Dyson School of Design Engineering. This evening's celebration isn't just a showcase, it's a powerful statement about the potential unlocked when innovation meets opportunity, especially within Commonwealth entrepreneurship. It's a moment to reflect on how bold ideas can empower communities and reshape industries. We very much hope you can stay for part 2. Again, there's a tube strike on, so I don't know where you're going to go, but please do stay with us for part 2. Expect rich stories, meaningful dialogue, and engaging connections over the next couple of hours. The highlight, seeing how these ventures have grown through the fellowship and imagining the impact that they can have with your support. If you are here in person and haven't registered for part 2, I ask that you let the registration desk know that you will be staying on. So thank you for your energy and for your presence this afternoon, and we look forward to welcoming you back in just under an hour's time for part 2 of the celebration. So enjoy the short break, and we'll see you soon. Thank you.